part of the rebellion, make her way to the ring for this World Series Wrestling Women's Championship bout.
Yes, a championship held by Ash by Elegance at the moment, who defended her title all throughout the Most Wanted tour, and now the first challenger of the new year in Jessica Troy, an individual who's already made her face and her presence known here tonight, helping lead across to victory, now has her own affairs to sort out as she tries to gather the championship. Will it be the Granola Grappler here tonight?
I'll just correct you there, Sean. She was supporting her teammate, Lena Cross.
Absolutely, man.
That was a hard... already started. Jessica Troy, not only a PWA Women's Champion, but the current PWA Heavyweight Champion. Not someone to be trifled with, as some of the members of the audience could find out if they don't just shut it.
Jessica Troy, however, does need to think less about the audience and more about the task at hand. We have current TNA prospect Ash by Elegance, who has made a name for herself through the WWE, through TNA, through World Series Wrestling here, and you can see the belt wrapped around her waist is a clear indication of such. Ash by Elegance, our WSW Women's Champion, the first defense on this legacy tour here, Ben.
As the camera comes into focus, so does the focus of Jessica Troy line up with that title, because imagine capturing a world championship, not only on this huge stage, this worldwide stage on Triller TV, but on the 20th anniversary of this federation.
This is the beauty of World Series Wrestling, is we have wrestlers not only locally but internationally all around the country. We have an international fight on our hands here. Australia v America. The WSW Women's Championship is on the line. The last time Ash by Elegance defended that title was back in Adelaide last year in June in that absolutely hellacious violent street fight with Lena Cross.
Troy still arguing with that audience.
Ash by Elegance dancing with the audience.
It's moving on.
There you see it, championship belt held high in the air. First of 3 championships, first of all 3 titles that are going to be on the line here tonight. It's the first night here in the Melbourne Pavillion.
And we're off in the second half of World Series Wrestling's 20th anniversary with a Women's Championship bout, and Ash by Elegance going up top to get the crowd upped and hyped and into the match.
Jessica Troy is already letting this audience get into her head here.
I don't know if that's the case, Sean. I mean, so anyone who wears knitted ring gear to the ring has to be pretty confident.
Made by Jessica Troy herself. I don't actually know if that's true.
I'll just do a quick fact check.
Again, the crowd solely behind the champion here tonight.
And Jess has had enough. Or was that the plan all along?
That's a problem here, really not for too long, or not at all really, should you be turning your back upon the challenger, Ash by Elegance suffering the consequences. Jessica Troy needs to be careful looking at a potential early stoppage here. Arguing with the audience, arguing with the ref.
She's intense, she's passionate. She wants... You can't tell me if you weren't going for a title shot, you wouldn't be the same. You would not be laser focused and just eager to get it happening.
I think if I'm Jessica Troy, the one thing that I do not want is a disqualification. Now finally, locking up, true to her moniker, the arm collector herself, Jessica Troy, you know is going to be targeting that left arm, taps the right arm as well, just take away and soften up that extremity for future use.
Ash by Elegance, known to be somewhat of a powerhouse, able to easily reverse it, and now it's Jessica Troy who's coming to arm's way. I said arm's way.
I heard you.
Why didn't you laugh?
I acknowledge. That's more than it needs. Oh my goodness! In a rare counter you see there. Ash by Elegance also targeting the arm, wrenching it down upon the ground. Troy taking a moment on the outside.
The audience trying to get under her skin by chanting chicken. But again, Jessica Troy disrupting Ash by Elegance momentum. Getting back in the ring when she feels like it. And taking back control of the match.
10 counts to a point here, and now a baseball slide. Ash by Elegance clearly having enough of the short break, the timeout, the intermission as it were. Coming straight for a quick victory here for the champion. 1 count.
Just looking a little bit surprised there.
I think both women are quite surprised at that. Whipped it to the corner. Troy looking to regain control, flipped over to the outside.
Yeah. Wow, straight to the chin.
Ash having it scouted, and now Troy having it scouted, and vicious.
Oh, in between the ropes, surely not.
Oh, no.
Oh! Not only has she had her back slam against those ropes, but then her throat came up and knocked off the top.
I'm gonna say functionally a back breaker, but the aftermath very much a neck breaker.
Just what a technical mind on Jessica Troy, really. Really.
Troy is a technician in her own right. She understands how to pick apart a body, how to take an aspect of the human body, wear it down, work it into oblivion before going for that submission victory. Oh my goodness, case in point here, she might be looking to dislocate the shoulder. Or the elbow or the wrist, it really could go anywhere.
I mean, I think the main thing there is...
Oh my goodness! Oh!
Oh, I don't think arms are supposed to bend that way, Sean.
The hyperextension there. Good grief. That elbow potentially going the opposite way. I will ask that we don't replay that, but you got the picture.
And of course, if you have a weakened, numb-feeling arm, you cannot move it. Ash by Elegance is helpless there in the middle of the turnbuckle, while Jessica just chops the living daylights out of her.
This is not exactly the Jessica Troy of old, but this is very much a self-confident, potentially overconfident Jessica Troy, who is now suffering the wrath of the champion. Getting some receipt, but cut to the quick. Jessica Troy regaining control with a brutal clothesline.
And enough's enough, she got that closed fist. She's got her shoulders down. Kick out by Ash by Elegance, and Jessica Troy is almost had enough, you would feel.
Ben, this is that ferocity, that passion that you were talking about that Jessica Troy exudes. Feeling the vicious chops.
I mean, you can see the red there.
Get straight back onto the left side. The fingers going all the way to the
Oh, Sean, you may have to watch the rest of this by yourself. I don't know how much more I can take.
I want to thank the camera person for that close-up there. Clearly seeing just the left heart of the hand side of Ash is being picked apart.
No, don't. I know you're trying to get your feeling back there, Ash, but do not put your arm up for it. No! Oh my God!
Right there, you're exactly right. Troy saw the weakness, saw the opportunity.
You got to ask yourself, when does the ref stop this? Like, really, you're looking at legitimate damage to the champ here.
Now, unfortunately, this is an instance where, for the most part, it is up to the competitor. It is up to how much Elegance, Ash by Elegance, wants to maintain hold of that title. How much is she willing to endure to keep hold?
And look at that now, every block is causing her pain. Her offense is basically being cut in half because she can't use her arms effectively anymore. All that strength that we were talking about earlier has just been sapped away by Jessica Troy's almost sniper-like ability to work and manipulate joints.
Oh, be careful there with the arm! Even though Ash by Elegance is a right-hander, you can see she keeps shaking that left arm as well. You're still having to utilize your body. Every moment jars that part of your arm. You have to be running on adrenaline at this point. You are looking to ignore the pain, ignore the work. But if you're Jessica Troy, you know you have begun an injury. You know you have found a weakness in your opponent. And best believe you me, she will be exploiting that going forward.
More so than we've already seen?
More so, heading up to that Fujiwara armbar.
And there we go. Once again, that arm comes into play.
Looking to snap that arm in half. Not quite in the middle of the ropes, but Ash is still a long ways to go.
Just now grabbing that ankle, trying to stop her. Rope break. Got the count of 5. Got the count of 5. Jess is going to use every single microsecond of that count before she breaks that hold. Of course, causing a disqualification means she does not get the title.
Exactly right. Now she's arguing with the referee. This is where Jessica Troy needs to be careful. At that moment, Ash was able to use her right hand to grab the ropes. What if Jess starts targeting the other arm? It even takes away your ability to just grab the ropes to stop the submission.
Ash going up top.
Oh, wow!
Rarefied air.
Rarefied air.
That could be it. Wait,
look, I thought...
Lena Cross.
I was shocked there because assuredly that was the victory. Oh, my God! Lena Cross with that, and there you go, there's the bell. We talked about his qualification. I assumed that was going to be coming from Troy. Out of nowhere, Ben. Ash by Elegance had that match won. The rarefied air coming out of nowhere.
Lena Cross certainly making her presence known here this evening.
Not sure if Jessica Troy even understands what's happened yet. Still on the ground, on the inside.
Oh, I think she knows. I think she knows her partner, Lena Cross, has just saved her butt.
To be clear, Ash by Elegance is still the WSW Women's Champion, but it's not looking like that at the moment.
No, this is looking like a beatdown. This is like sending a message.
Some mugging, Ben. Hold on! Santana Garrett coming into the ring for the rescue. Jumping onto Jessica Troy. And now a 2-on-2 affair. This is not a match. This is a straight-up brawl.
Well, the bell's gone numerous times. This is no longer sanctioned. They're going to have to get someone else out here to break these guys apart.
Santana now has the Granola Grappler up on the stage. Ash by Elegance finally fighting back against Lena Cross. Unfortunately, Women's Championship bout has ended in disqualification, not the way that we would intend it.
Not the way I was hoping to see the second half of the 20th anniversary World Series Wrestling Legacy go off.
Oh my God. Watch out! Oh! My goodness! A massive boot from Cross. Intentions clear. I remember Adelaide. I remember what you put me through, Ash, and I want your title again.
Just stalking it. Oh! Vicious kick.
Shades of June last year in the Most Wanted tour.
And Ash quickly scurrying away. You got to believe that her arms would be singing. Lena in hot pursuit. Look at that impact. And Lena knowing the damage she's caused, straight down the camera and says, yeah, I want that title.
You know, we saw, and as we saw